So, Everett, this is my entry in your great Define Free Will Challenge sweepstakes. Um, this stuff draws on some things which are previously done and some things which aren't previously done. Most of my stuff really is regurgitation of other things that I've picked up in the course of my wanderings. Some of this stuff is new, so I don't pretend that it's definitive or final or anything like this. This is just a trial balloon we're sending out there and see how it flies. So take a look at it, see what you think. I appreciate feedback from anybody as to what has to say about it. I want to go kind of slowly, step by step, so there's going to be at least one more video and maybe two more videos after this. But we'll get the ball rolling here, and fasten your seatbelts, and here we go. Putative definition of free will. Alright, let me start by a brief summary of my last video on how definitions work. Take the definition for density. Density is kilograms per cubic meter, right? So we break it down. We take a more complex as it were concept and break it down to simpler ones, kilograms and cubic meters. I'm going to do kind of the same thing with free will here, right? So I'm going to say free will in terms of an agent. Okay, X is an agent. X has free will if and only if there is some action A such that X is free to do A. Okay? So that's my starting point. So if we break this down, then obviously we need to double click on X is free to do A. What exactly do we mean by this here? Okay? Now, I am going to analyze X is free to do A in terms of two other concepts. The concept of possibility and the concept of choice. Okay, X is free to do A if and only if it is possible that X chooses to do A, and it is possible that X chooses not to do A. So, obviously, here's the two concepts, possibility and choice. Okay? In the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about possibility and how that works. I'm going to delay choice until a follow-on video, because it's a bit more complicated of a topic. All right. When you talk about possibility, there's actually more than one kind of possibility. All right, I'm going to talk about two possibilities, but there's even more kinds of possibility than this. I'm going to talk about epistemic possibility, and I'm going to talk about physical possibility. Epistemic possibility. Well, the best way to really make the difference in these two as vivid is to talk about a scenario. Say I flip a coin, right? And I don't show you the outcome. You have to guess. Epistemically, on your part, there's two possibilities. The coin is either heads or tails. But physically, since I've already flipped the coin, there's only one possibility. The coin's already been flipped. Right? So basically, epistemic possibility is, the for all I know. For all I know, it's either heads or it's tails kind of possibility. Physical possibility is, maybe the coin is heads, maybe the coin is tails. If there was some sort of non-determinism or something like this, or, Schrodinger's cat state, that's the kind of thing that physical possibility is. All right? So because there's two different kinds of possibility, right, there's going to be two different kinds of, two senses for free will. And I'll define, two different kinds here. Epistemic free will and physical free will. Right? So epistemic free will. I will say X is epistemically free to do A. For all I know, X is free to do A if it is epistemically possible that X chooses to do A, and it is epistemically possible that X chooses not to do A. Now, there seems to be a wide agreement among participants so far that ascribing to people this kind of free will is okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think Bitbutter agrees that it's this is okay thing to do. As a heuristic of predicting people's behavior. Everett, I think you said something to the fact that you agree that pragmatically speaking, this is the kind of thing that I was talking about as a pragmatic necessity, really, to treat people as if they had free will. So this kind of free will seems to have a broad consensus. But physical free will. Okay, so X is physically free to do A if it is physically possible that X chooses to do A, and it is physically possible that X chooses not to do A. Okay, this is the hard question, right? Is it legitimate to describe people physical free will? There seems to be really absolutely no consensus on this one at all. This seems to be the hard problem, right? Okay, I will talk about physical free will in a later video, but first what I want to do is I wanted to talk about the other concept that I reduced this to is choice. So there's probably going to be at least one more video, but probably two more videos following on to this. So stay tuned.